All right, are we ready to party, you guys? Are we doing this? Hey guys. I miss these. Honestly, I do. I miss being able to live stream and just talk the talk, do whatever. Just a chill time that I don't have to worry about recording a video and then cutting it down and making it entertaining. I can just get on here and talk with you guys. We're going to wait a few more minutes for a few more people to walk in, but I thought might as well just get on if I'm ready and talk to you guys. So how you doing? How you doing? Tell me about your day. What's going on? Any good games you've been playing? Anything crazy happen at your tables or in your lives for that matter? Who do we have in the chat? We have Vanaheim Stories. Hey, welcome in, welcome in. We got Ibrav. We got Ross Burgess. Hello, hello. Also, screw ads. I get the feeling there. I got the YouTube. What's it called? It's the YouTube subscription that you get on. You pay YouTube, and then you don't have to look at ads anymore, right? I'm forgetting what it's called, but I do that because of exactly that. I cannot watch YouTube videos with ads anymore. I can't do it. I will never go back. But then I also have a career for my YouTube, so it kind of makes sense. And you know, taxes. You getting out of the start of the live stream? Oh, usually I have to go in and turn those on for that to do that. That's weird. Well, hopefully it was a good ad. Hopefully Google is targeting your interests. Best I can do for you. Vanaheim Story says, how are you, Cleric? I am very well. Thank you so much. I had a video go out this morning, which I was super excited to do. It was the first subclass Rogue Better Classes video that a lot of you guys had asked for. And so I was super excited to get back into it. And it was a nice, easy breezy video compared to my last video about the spell books. That was a toughie. Holy crap. I spent so much time on that video. It was insane. But something that I'm very proud of. It's weird that the things that are the hardest, that take the longest, are the things that you are most proud of. Go figure, right? But I was excited for both, and excited to get in a few extra stuff here soon. I asked my Patreon members whether we should do like something like a Paladin next or a Cleric next, which I think both of those I did. I've done the classes, but I've not done any subclasses for those two things. So hey, maybe you guys have input on which one I should do. Vanheim Story says, playing an Archfey Warlock that's married to his patron. Hey, that's awesome. Though he has no memory of his time in the Feywilds. Oh. Okay, so I'm assuming the Archfey Warlock married to his patron who was also an Archfey and has no memory of the wedding. So is this like Hangover but Feywild? Feywild version? I could see them partying out in the Feywild, getting drunk, getting married, and then leaving, and then have no recollection of what happened last night. If that ain't the best one-shot idea, I don't know what is. We actually did for my bachelor party. I played D&D because, of course, why wouldn't you? But we did a D&D one-shot of the Hangover, and I got to be this gold dragonborn who was supposed to get married in the morning but lost his ring, and we had to go all around town to figure out where it was, and that was really, really fun. Hey, Jacob Ernie in the chat. Hello, hello. I've shared your videos with my play group, and they absolutely love your reflavoring vids. Hey, awesome. We're just talking about that. I also took your advice on the wizard spellbook and had a plasmoid with light armor that was inscribed with runes, so his armor was his spellbook. Heck yes. Plasmoid's one that I've really wanted to play but have not yet. Plasmoids are so cool. Spelljammer is so cool. I'm a huge fan of the Spelljammer setting, and I cannot play enough of it. We're playing, for those of you who don't know, if you are a patron of the channel, some of the perks is having access to all of my one-shots and live plays. And we have been doing, it's like episode 60 now of Spelljammer. We've been running a 60 episode long Spelljammer campaign, and it's like like you enjoy campaigns, but I'm like, I'm enjoying this one so much that I don't see really an end in sight, or I could be perfectly happy just having campaign after campaign within the same setting, and I won't get bored, which was awesome. We did the campaign before was a pirate themed seafaring campaign, and it was good. It was great. We had fun islands and it was a fun setting, but when it was done, we were all kind of done. We're like, all right, let's move on to a new world. I don't know if you guys can relate to that at all, but I don't know why I shared that. Anyways, Ibrev says, speaking of Feywilds, my Ranger Fairy Drake Warden from the Feywild currently refused to fight in the current battle. Oh, so you had a fight during your last session, and within the Feywild, I'm guessing, and your Feywild related character refused to fight. I bet there was a lot of really awesome roleplay with your, or at least I hope there was really awesome roleplay with your party members. They didn't hold it over your head too much. I know that my players love to do the blame game when it comes to things they should have done or could have done and didn't. But anyways, great. Well, it looks like we have a lot of people here already, and then hopefully other people can kind of come in. But let's get started. Today, I'm super excited about another kind of collaboration opportunity that I thought would really be fun for me, really be fun for you guys. And it's by the same people that, or I guess affiliation with the people that did the Captain's Logbook that we did last live stream. But this time, I might as well just show you guys, actually. So here is the Kickstarter that we'll be kind of basing off of this this stuff. It's not going to be creating a subclass like we did last time, where we looked into the mechanics and kind of had the jump start off to a Coral Druid. If you didn't check that one out, it's there on my channel. You can go out and check the beginning flavorings of that. And it's kind of going through its final drafts right now, which is super exciting. Again, if you're a Patreon, you see it. If you're a Patreon member. So with Exalted Vales, Favorable Skies, this is something that let's see, a Canadian publishing company has created. They're a very small company, but very, very experienced in this field, and they asked me to kind of explain what this is to you, and then we're going to actually take a subclass out of it and make a really, really fun character out of it. So, oh, Eyebrow says that I got a natural 20 against intimidation. Oh, heck yeah. Okay. That's awesome. I always find it interesting learning about other tables and how they do things, because at my table, like, and I'm guessing this is the way it is for you. If not, let me know. Where if two players are kind of going at each other, some tables allow like an intimidation or a persuasion check that says, okay, like you got persuaded, you shouldn't, fight this way or choose this thing because you were persuaded otherwise. Or at my table, I'm like, no, like if you're persuading a player, you have to persuade the character, right? The character themselves, I mean, unless they want you to roll an intimidation to influence how they feel about a subject, there is no roll at all. If you as a player are convinced by the argument, or if you are a player chooses otherwise, that is totally up to you. I feel I like the power still in the player's hand at those points. But it, like I said, like every table's different, and no two ways is, or no one way is the best way. So anyways, also let me know if the music is too loud or not loud enough. I'm trying to do a little background thing and trying to get the music not temperature. Wow, volume just right. So Exalted Vales, Favorable Skies. It's a huge campaign setting that they are basically growing as they go. Like there will be book installments periodically until they have like a book per continent or book per area of the map. If they come in through the chat at some point, they can explain it better. We're going to watch this video. Says MS Labo 102 says the setting looks nothing unique so far. Just check in because Riker, you're up. Thanks. we'll watch it and we'll find some fun stuff here today. I mean, and here's the thing is like, even if the setting ends up being super boring, which I don't imagine it being, right? I believe that we, as a group of people, can make something really, really exciting out of anything, right? So we were the auto blobs. Wait, my brother and I are actually created our characters together. Optimus, Slime, and Spore Screen. Auto blobs. Got it. That's awesome. Okay, Jacob. So you're kind of following this Kickstarter. Awesome. Awesome. Rev says, I'll give context to the situation on your Discord. The music isn't too loud. Hey, thank you. That's great. Vandenheim says, waiting for my Kickstarter back D&D book that I'm excited for. It's called Rokai's Guide to the Yokai Realms. Hey, I backed that one. That one was insane. I think one of the top, if not the top. It's like right up neck and neck with Monkey DM's, shoot, what's it called? The dark fantasy one that he had going on that I forget the name of. Anyways, so we're going to watch this, and then we're going to get into what we're going to do today. So here we go.
Beyond the Golden Mountains lies a land of mystery. Bathed in a mystic energy, the uttermost strange phenomena occur there, and the most impressive of them are known by the inhabitants as manifestations. In Drath, the weavers prepare, pack, and deliver everyone's dreams. In Vakin, one bathes himself in a giant creature known as the Snake River to access a superior state of consciousness. In the heart of Lusan, the city of 1,000 oracles, each day more than 1 million pilgrims arrive seeking illumination. Mystery, mysticism, and new horizons. Welcome to the Exalted Vales. The Exalted Vales project consists of our campaign setting, Guide to the Vales, and a series of books delving into different regions of the Vales, the first of which, Favorable Skies, is now available. In Guide to the Vales, you'll find new playable races, mysterious or mystical, such as the Faithborn, derived from prayers living agelessly in search of their destiny, or Liddell's, mysterious creatures who resemble humans but can change their sex and appearance to hide among them. New classes, such as the Mechanists, expert tinkerers. Some are even capable of collapsing large objects and can pull them from a pouch or pocket in a moment's notice. Even the Guardians of the Peace Gardens, whose garment folds conceal a myriad of fatal thorns. Dozens of mystical magical objects linked to the strange manifestations. The Guide to the Vales contains everything you need to dive into a land of exalted mysticism, full of strange encounters, places, creatures, and phenomena. Finally, the Guide to the Vales contains an impressive campaign to lead your players up to level 16. This rich and complex story has been written by professional authors and game designers. Elaborate investigations with dozens of suspects and their schedules, multiple twists and turns, and varied gameplay atmospheres, epic battles and incredible discoveries, accumulating in hundreds of hours of gameplay. To truly get a taste of Exalted Vales, grab a copy of our introductory adventure at the gates of the city of 1,000 oracles. With Favorable Skies, the project goes even further. This book sets out to discover a new region governed by strange laws. In these lands, your players will experience a thrilling new campaign that will take them up to level 12. Favorable Skies comes with a superb tarot deck designed by 2 talented artists. Use it to play the unique character class, the Cardomancer. And last but not least, Inkplot is proud and excited to present a unique new role-playing tool for Game Master's Boons cards. 120 cards, each with their own unique single-use minor boon. Whether you use them with the rules provided in Favorable Skies or keep them up your sleeve to boost your creativity, these cards will be a tool you'll keep with you for your entire storytelling career. Help us unveil the mysteries of these lands and make this project a reality. Support Exalted Vales today.
Okay, I think that's good right there. Yeah, guys? So if you didn't catch the uniqueness of it, I saw that you said I love the map. The map is awesome, and it is intentionally huge. I saw Labo said that it sounds like the world is big just for the sake of it. And yeah, kinda. Because as you saw, like, they had the Exalted Vales, which is kind of the main book there, and then it'll come out with continuations of the setting, with each book being a different area. So where you usually get like a setting book, it's just a big whole tome with everything just shoved inside of it, where they're taking time to flesh out different areas of the entire world. and then being able to put in every element that you need within it, even like a 1 to 12 or 1 to 12 or 1 to 16 adventure, meaning that you could take any one book and play a campaign in that area of the world, but then also collect all the books and play anywhere you'd like to. So anyway, so that's pretty unique. If we just scroll down here, you'll see that inside this book, specifically the Favorable Skies book, which you'll be able to get both books in this Kickstarter if you'd like. The Exalted Vales, the main book, is already out. This is the Kickstarter for the second part. So anyway, 17 plus subclasses. Eyebrow said new races, yes. So 2 classes, 45 magic items, 2 unique cultures, narrating stories, boons, tarot deck, mystic manifestations, 75 plus creatures, battle maps, and tokens as well. So for when I was looking at it earlier as well, I'm going to scroll down here because the thing that kind of stood out to me is the difference of it, because everyone asked that, right? When you look at a different Kickstarter, it's like, okay, what's new, what's different, what makes it stand out from everything else? And they have to have a good reason to do that, right? They have to have a good way of sticking out, like what makes us different instead of just a generic fantasy, because everyone is. But it says that the Exalted Vales was born from the wills of a small group of passionate game industry professionals, brings a unique theme to life, mysticism. And that's kind of what's different. What happens when mystical events are part of everyday life? What does adventure look like in a city where thousands upon thousands of pilgrims flock seeking to advice of a blind oracle with the power to transcend life, but with a few words? And that was kind of like the inspiration of what we're going to do today. We will be using a specific race and class today that's put in the book, but anything further than that, we can kind of make it how we want. And I imagine that the city that they're in, that I read about briefly, is that it is a city with 1,000 oracles, essentially, where everyone here can see the future or see things to come in a very prophetic way. It's just depending on what and how that kind of influences the natural order of things or the mysticism that happens in the world. So anyways, if you want to see this, the Exalted Vales Kickstarter link is in the description. You can read all of these things. But what we're going to focus on today is this Paladin. And if you saw the thumbnail, you'll know exactly what we're looking at. The Prophetic Prosecutor, or the Oath of Judgement Paladin, which we're super excited about. And as you can see, the features have divine sentences, have prophetic visions, counterattack before being attacked. But we'll read it in detail in a second. But going into specifically, here's the PDF that I was provided. So Exalted Vales, we'll scroll down to exactly what's in this book, and this is the main one. So you get things like Barbarian, Possessed, the College of Orators Bard, Constellations Domain, Circle of Chimeras, Druid, Herald of the Sphere, Sorcerer, Servant of the Abyss, Fighter, Wizard Dreamweaver, Way of the Serpent River, Monk, the Prophetic Prosecutor Paladin, the Shadow Warden Ranger, the Undercover Shooter Rogue, and the Bound Spirit Warlock. And then they have a full class, which is the Mechanist, which has the Gunman, Decadist, Doctor, and Mechanist arts subclasses underneath that. So before I get to what we're going to do as a Paladin, we're going to go to the Faithborn, which is the race that we're going to be. There we go, the Faithborn. And this is this to me calls out to me, obviously being a cleric. And when we were talking about what we're going to do today with the creators, I'm like, well, obviously we'll have to do something holy, something religious, but something also very, very unique. So here we have the Faithborn, which is a testament to the mystical powers that roam the Exalted Vales. The Faithborns are found only in these lands. They're not born like most creatures of nature. The Faithborn come into being from passionate prayers and desperate pleas. They are created at whatever age best suits the player. They never age physically. Maybe I'll kind of zoom in a little bit better for you guys. They reflect a wish given to the Faithborn subconsciously or consciously by the one giving the wish, and they die as they live, for they disappear when the last person who wished for their existence dies. So the Faithborns are not strictly speaking born. They are created in the morning mist or just after dark. They will appear. A newly made Faithborn resembles a human, half-elf, or gnome, but with unique traits that reveal their true nature to the attentive observer. The Faithborns are not really of this world and seem as if they had been dreamt rather than created, and the dreamer had not thought of all the details. They have no skin defects, no birthmarks, no singularities. Their tone of voice is equal and deep. Their hair diaphanous. Their features smooth and soft. They are the edge of evanescence. When the light is low or when they sleep, they tend to fade slightly. For this reason, in the common tongue, faithborns are often called evanescents. A faithborn often comes into existence as an adult and in full command of its faculties. Its creation is linked to a call made by a will in the world, and as long as the person or persons who express this will are alive, it will continue to exist without aging. And that's really, really interesting because it could be a really, really short life. If someone who had this will wanted this thing to create who was at the end of their life, or it could be some child that wished this wish or had this profound imaginatory will to create you, and this child happened to be an elf or some really long-lasting character. When its presence in the world ends and the last person who wished for its existence dies out, it disappears as it appeared, like a dream that disperses in the early morning. No one knows to this day whether faithborns are the cause of particular and unknown manifestation, or if they are the result of the will of each of the Vales manifestations. Again, this kind of lore that you would get into. Likewise, no theologian has thus far been able to explain why the faithborns appear only in the guise of humans, half-elves, or gnoves, but most sages agree on is that the faithborns are linked to a concept called the tapestry of the world, which, as far as I understand, is like an in-between, a dimension, a vision of the universe in which all destinies have been woven together to shape the future. Yeah, a domain or plane of fate. And the faithborns are conceived independently of this tapestry and are being projected here temporarily or by a higher will. The theory is mainly based on the faithborn's particular abilities. So, a powerful call. The faithborn appear as a result of a will that sincerely and strongly expresses the need for existence. Let's see if there's anything more important here. Okay, so while some faithborn know exactly why they're here, others don't know. So you could be searching for that purpose of why you're born. Some still have the intuition for the reason of their existence. Some seek connections. Others don't. Others don't want to know. Who wish for them are commonly called... Okay, so if they know, if they found those who wish them to be or willed them to be, they're called the appeased. And then the faithborn has a tendency toward goodness and wisdom, but I also think that it would be really cool where an evil person called something to existence, an evil wish or an evil will, and created a faithborn, which you can have faith in evil creatures, right? And then, let's see... Faithborn reminds me of the Nyxborn from the MTG universe, Jacob Ernie. Yes, yeah, I actually was kind of thinking of the same exact thing. It's kind of Greek Roman inspired in some ways in that element as well. I definitely see where you're coming from. The fact that all Faithborn people naturally know how to speak Celestial adds to this reputation. So Celestial in this setting could be more tied to that fate dimension. So let's see. Let's go to the Faithborn traits. So here we have 2 different ability scores increased by 1. We talked about the age, we talked about the alignment, talked about the size, speed, languages, all pretty common. These are the fun little bits that we get to play with. So slide behind the tapestry. Your sensitivity is so delicate that you can feel the tapestry of the world, and unlike mortals, you are not really a part of it. You know that the tapestry has only 2 dimensions, and you know how to play with its perspectives. When a hostile creature enters within your reach, you can spend your reaction to teleport yourself 30 feet away into an unoccupied space that you can see and reach on foot. The hostile creature has a disadvantage on its next attacks against you this turn. Once you have used this feature, you can only reuse it after spending an action to realign yourself with the tapestry. So that's really, really cool. So basically, you got your free get out of dodge card that all you need to do is take an action to recharge, which is actually a really interesting mechanic because you don't see that anywhere in D&D. Normally you would see like, hey, you can use this a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus, and then you must recharge after a long rest, right? Or you can use this once and then you need a short or long rest to be able to do again. But in this way, you just have to do an action to recharge it, which in a battle you can do. It would definitely it would take up your action, which could be an interesting strategic choice, but you could do it, and you could use it as many times as that would allow, right? Let's see. Yeah, and it's your reaction. So you don't even, you can still have your bonus action on your turn to do something. So sleep between two worlds. When you are unconscious, you involuntarily slip behind the tapestry. You become translucent and gain resistance to all damages. So when you're unconscious, meaning either when you're sleeping or when you're reaching 0 hit points, you gain resistance to all damages, which I don't see that coming into too much. I don't think that working out as much as you're unconscious, because no matter how much damage you're taking, you're just taking death saving throw fails, not necessarily resistance, unless they're a super heavy hitter and they kill you in 1 hit, and then another hit would cause you to go past your maximum hit points, and then that automatically kill you. Then this wouldn't, right? But you can also not be surprised while you're sleeping, which is also really nice. So when somebody sneaks up on you sleeping, you take half the damage instead of the full. Evanescence, the last one, you imprint the tapestry as a light, as a dream. It is difficult for people to remember you. Individuals who witness your actions have disadvantage in remembering details about you. So you kind of slip in and out of their minds, right? So that's pretty interesting. Now we're going to look at the Oath of Judgment. Let's see, what page is it on? There we go. Might get a sneak peek here of the Way of the Serpent. Hey, that's kind of nice. Okay, Prophetic Persecutor. Here we go. I'm excited about this. The Oath of Judgment is very difficult path to follow. And I promise you guys, I'll be putting up some polls here in a second of what we want to do with this guy. So, Oath of Judgment is a very difficult path to follow. The prophetic prosecutors receive visions of future evil and intervene before it takes place. This noble but heavy task sometimes requires the use of force against the innocent individuals. Use of force against innocent individuals. Prophetic prosecutors often work in conjunction with oracles, called here and there through the veils to study a revealed prophecy. Even though the task may seem grim, persecutors in the history of the Vales might have repeatedly prevented terrible tragedies from happening, and very often at the cost of heavy sacrifices in their ranks. When one fears the return of a lich, the dark fate of a demonic-looking newborn, or obscure motives in the fields, one turns to prophetic prosecutors to take the lead and act before calamity falls. So, when I read that, there was a specific character or movie that I thought of, which I thought would be a really interesting, let's say, inspiration for our character today, and see if you guys know before I reveal it. But it's talking about they receive visions of future evil, of future crime, and then they intervene before it takes place. Does anyone know? Does anyone know? Give me a second in the chat. Okay, here we go. Minority Report. Minority Report, the movie by Tom Cruise. And if you guys haven't seen it, I'm trying to avoid spoilers for it, but essentially he plays a character who is a police officer in a future time where they can see crimes before they happen. And then he gets into trouble, and anyways, things go down. But that's the essence. They see it, and then they arrive on scene just before the crime takes place, and then arrest the individual, like they and they basically take him to jail as though they had done the thing, because they were going to anyways. And that's kind of like the morality of it. It's like, well, they actually didn't do it. Can you really put them in the jail if they didn't do it? You stopped it, but the intention was there, and that's the argument. So I thought that would be a really interesting kind of concept for our prophetic prosecutor. There you go, Jacob Ernie, Minority Report, Labos Azorius from Ravnica. I'm not too familiar with that, but we'll get into it. So, Paladins take the Oath of Judgment are generally of neutral, loyal alignment. Good alignments are possible, but the ethical burden of executing innocent people, women and children included, makes it even more difficult. Innocence is an illusion. I do not allow myself to be distracted by the appearance of the present. It contains the seeds of future evil. And then listen to your heart. I bring down those whom the prophecies point to, but if I doubt an interpretation, I must also let my heart advise me. And then in the service of justice, I serve justice and must serve those who turn to me for it. Straighten the wrong. If I had been more vigilant, this wrong would have not been committed. It is my duty to right it. And then our oath spells includes Alarm and Bane. Bane being really good and Alarm being very thematic. Augury and Magic Mouth. Counterspell and Remove Curse. These trying to stop something before it happens, right? Then Banishment and Divination. Also trying to see the future and getting rid of bad. And then Commune and Dispel Evil and Good. So there's this really, really cool balance of keeping things from happening and then seeing things that are about to happen. And those two kind of coincide very well for this subclass. So I'm actually very impressed with the spell list specifically. Okay, you have Channel Divinities. You have two. We have one really long one. So Prophetic Visions. Third level, when a fight begins, so like when you roll initiative, a prophetic prosecutor is flooded with a brief and intense visions of the events to come. In the midst of this chaos, he discerns glorious moments. When you make an initiative roll, you may choose to use your Channel Divinity to let your visions overwhelm you. Choose a prophetic vision, so one of these, and a round between 2 and 5. So you can choose round 2, 3, 4, or 5. This will happen in the chosen round if the fight still lasts that long. So if you think something's going to be really, really quick, you can do round 2. Or if you want to be prepared and get a little boost at round 5, because you know you're going to be here a bit, then that will happen at round 5. So this one says a strike is overwhelming. So you designate an ally in the chosen round. His first attack gains advantage. He gains an attack and damage bonus equal to twice the chosen round. So that's pretty cool. Where you can almost gamble, where the longer it takes, the more powerful things are going to be. But again, is it going to last that long? So we were holding at the start of the chosen round. You and each ally within your protection aura gains an amount of temporary hit points equal to 3 times the chosen round. So that'll come in handy if you really need that. She chose shows like a phoenix. Starting from the chosen round, once as a bonus action, a visible creature of your choice with 0 hit points recovers hit points equal to your level in the class plus as many d8s as the chosen round. So you have like a party healing opportunity or a single person healing opportunity. You know that wizard's not going to last very many rounds. So you're just going to put this in here. You foretell him going down. So you put in a little failsafe. Fear was changing sides. During the chosen round, when an attack of opportunity misses you or an ally, the target of the attack may in turn spend their reaction to perform an attack of opportunity against their attacker. It deals an amount of additional damage equal to the chosen round. So that's pretty good. He faltered under our blows. Designated a visible creature. Designate a visible creature in the chosen round for the first attack of you and your allies against this creature. The natural roll score that you must attack for the attacks to be considered a critical strike is extended by the amount equal to the chosen round. So, again, if it's round 3, then I believe it crits on a 17. Yeah. So that's pretty, yeah. So, for example, from 20 to a 19 or 20. It was our finest hour. In the chosen round, as many visible creatures as the chosen round regain a first level spell slot, 1 key point, or 1 bardic inspiration die. So again, if you're at round 5 and people are running low on stuff, give the monk an extra key, give the bard an extra bardic inspiration, almost like a little boost to keep you going. Then we launched a Furious Assault at the start of the chosen round. All allies in their protection aura can move as many times 5 feet as the chosen round. This move does not cause opportunity attacks for every 5 feet moved. The ally gains +1 to AC until the end of the turn, which would be really nice at round 5, gaining +5 armor class until the end of the round. And then, okay, so that's the first one. That's just the first channel divinity you get. The second one, Doomed Fate. As an action, you present your sacred symbol whilst loudly stating the condemnation of a future crime, saying you're gonna do this, and I know you're gonna do. And he's probably gonna say, I haven't done it yet. And you're like, I don't care. You're doing it. You're gonna. So I'm coming for you. And then choose a creature 30 feet away from you that you can see and can understand your judgment. That creature must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or suffer disadvantage on all social interaction checks for 10 minutes. So I could see this also being really good in like a court situation where any like bluffing checks that they're going to do, persuasion, intimidation, they will suffer disadvantage because they know that you know that they're a liar. and they were gonna do it anyways. So alternatively, you can use this ability in conjunction with the Magic Mouth spell, in which case the spell lasts only 24 hours, and you must specify the target of your condemnation when casting this spell. Okay. Decisive auguries. After actually, I forget what Magic Mouth spell looks. We're gonna do a little sidestep here. Oh, I put this into D&D Beyond, so now that I can actually just import it into a character really easy. So I'm smart, guys. I'm smart. So Magic Mouth. What does Magic Mouth do again? Okay, so second level, you can plant a message within an object in range. A message that is uttered when the trigger condition is met. Choose an object that you can see that isn't being word or carried. Then speak the message, 25 words or less, though it is delivered over as long as 10 minutes. Finally, determine the circumstances that will trigger this spell to deliver your message. Okay, so a little walkie-talkie or a little voice recorder message that you can have a certain trigger for. So it seems pretty spy. Okay. Decisive auguries. After casting augury, divination, or commune, you can use prophetic visions once without expending a channel divinity before the next sunrise. You can finish a long rest before you can use this ability again. With this one, I was trying to see like good uses of this, because usually you would be using prophetic visions like within a combat situation. Usually you're not using augury, divination, or commune in a combat situation. However, if you use augury and then give everyone temporary hit points, that's kind of nice, right? You can kind of bolster them up or warn them to things to come, or heal somebody else right away. Or you might be in the midst of like capturing someone. You cast an augury and they try to escape, and then all of a sudden you can, perform an opportunity attack against them. Something like that. You can get a key point, bardic inspiration. There are things that you can do with that ability. Then prophetic aura. Within 10 feet of you, your allies have advantage on opportunity attacks, and your opponents have disadvantage on theirs. So stop people from getting away. Anticipated counterattack at 15th level. You can make an opportunity attack when a creature comes within range of your reach. You can no longer use this ability against this creature until it attacks you. So when someone comes in, you're like, I know you're going to attack me. So you get out justice. If he's going to do it again, all right, then you can do it again. Incarnated justice. And as a bonus action, you and your allies in your protection aura gain the following advantage until the end of your next turn. You gain 3d6 plus 10 life points. Life points? Maybe it's supposed to be hit points. When your turn begins. And so you have basically a regeneration. And your first failed attack is considered successful. Your first failed saving throw is considered successful. And your first damage is suffered is halved. So basically, in your protection aura, it's until the end of your next turn. You must complete a long rest before you can use it again. Okay, so you just use this once. So it's not a regeneration, but you do gain a lot of hit points. You become super powered for just a turn. And then you can use it again later. So, now that we have all those things taken care of, suddenly Yu-Gi-Oh? What? Now that we have those taken care of, we're going to go into our characters. There's Runky Dunk. I played that recently for a one-shot that we did. Kind of in the Spelljammer campaign that we posted on Patreon. Again, if you want to support the channel, you can go there. We're going to create a new character. And we are going to... come on, guys. We know we're not a beginner. We've done this before. Okay, we're going to be doing... no, we don't want any other content here. We'll do some homebrew stuff because we like those. Okay. What's going to be the name? We're going to be thinking about a name, guys. We'll choose our race first, which we know that's going to be, which is the Faithborn. Yep. Haha. Put that in. And then our class is going to be our Paladin. We're going to put that to level 3 so we can choose our Sacred Oath, which is Oath of Judgment. So I'm going to put in a poll here. I think I can put a poll. Are we wanting to multi-class this guy? Because by no means is there a rule that we have to do 1 to 20 of this Oath of Judgment. So, multi-class. Okay, I told you we'd eventually get to our our character creation. Appreciate you guys holding in there as we kind of explain everything. So multi-class, yes or no. Oops, not add option. There we go. So again, I'll kind of, while we're looking at that, I'm kind of giving you the idea of my character, of what I feel like I think would be a really fun thing to do this. And then you guys let me know like how you want to change it or how you would do it personally. And we might just take a little bit of everybody's. But with an Oath of Judgment character, or if we're going maybe the Minority Report kind of way, we talked about a city of oracles, or a city, a place where there are massive amounts of divination magic, visions of the future, and just general mysticism about things to come. And with the Minority Report, it would make sense that there is an organization or a police force within this city that could see crimes before they happen, and then be able to communicate out to their to the police force to go and stop these things, right? And so why this person is a Faithborn, I'm thinking, because we know Faithborns are things that are created out of will, a dream, or a wish, that may sometimes know of the reason that they're born or know the reason why they're not. So what I might be thinking is that a police officer who died in action, a real police officer who perished at some place, couldn't get there fast enough to basically get the guy before something happened. Maybe a bomb went off in the city. Maybe he was gunned down. Who knows? But he got there and he died. His family members and friends were so distraught, and a wave of mysticism came through, and he was recreated as a Faithborn. He doesn't have his memory. He might not even have the same personality, but he has the same face and basically the same skill set, because that's what he was willed to be like this guy. So, and to me, that's very interesting, because he's kind of taking the place of this police officer with this family, but he doesn't recall it. And so, and the family probably knows that he isn't really their husband or their father, but at the same time, the loss is so great that at some level they want to hold on to to something. And he is something. It may not be the thing, but it is something. And for that, what is worse, they're grateful, right? And then so this police officer continues to be a part of the police force and continue to right the wrongs and be that Minority Report kind of character. So I don't know. That's what I was thinking. Let me know your thoughts. We're gonna end the poll. It seems like 100% we are multi-classing. Absolutely fantastic. With the multi-classing, some things that I thought of might be good. Might be, I mean, we could do like a sorcerer. It's not my immediate thought, but as I'm kind of looking at it, maybe a sorcerer of the divine, so a divine soul sorcerer. We would give us some extra some spells here, nothing that the Paladin doesn't already have, but it does give us some manipulation when it comes to spells of that nature. So, and then here we have, if you divine power guards your destiny. If you fail a saving throw or miss an attack roll, you can roll a d4 and add it to the roll, possibly changing the outcome. So again, the leaning into that prophecy element and succeeding on everything that you roll, essentially. And then later you can kind of empower healing spells. So I don't know if we want to go completely up to level 6, but that's an option. Whenever you or an ally within 550 rolls a dice to determine the number of hit points a spell restores, you can spend 1 sorcery point to re-roll those dice. Then you get wings, which is kind of fun, but that's at 14th level. Another one that I thought of was, I think it's a cleric subclass. Which one is it? No. Actually, no. It was a sorcerer that I was thinking of. It was the Clockwork Soul, because I think they get very similar kind of bending of fate as well, right? So you get similar things like alarm, protection from good and evil, aid, lesser restoration, dispel magic, protection from energy. And then here it is. So when a creature you can see within 60 feet of you is about to roll a d20 with advantage or disadvantage, you can use your reaction to prevent the roll from being affected by disadvantage or advantage. You can use this number equal times. Okay, so maybe not what I was thinking of exactly. 1 to 5 sorcery points to create a magical ward around yourself or another creature you can see within 30 feet of you. That's kind of, bastion of law, protect other creatures. Also very police forcey. I haven't seen any other ideas come through, so maybe we're going to go with that one. The ward lasts until you finish a long rest or until you use this feature again. The ward is represented by a number of d8s equal to the number of sorcery points spent to create it. The warded creature takes damage. You can spend a number of dice to roll them and to reduce the number of damage taken by the total roll on the dice. Okay, so another one that I thought that would be really interesting as well would be a wizard. Might be my go-to. Not the divination, although you could. Actually, yeah. No. This is what I was thinking of. Okay, so the portent ability, pretty classic, right? Pretty classic, where you can when you finish a long rest, you roll 2 d20s and record the number of rolls. So at the beginning of the day, you kind of know what's going to happen, and then you replace any attack roll, saving throw, or ability check you made by you or a creature that you can see within one of these foretelling rolls. So you can choose to do so before the roll, and you can replace the roll in this way once per turn. So when an enemy rolls a natural 20, you can say, nope, I foresaw this. I got out of the way in time. It actually rolled a 4 because that's what you rolled at the beginning of the day. Or if you roll like a 2, you're like, no, I saw that he had moved at the last second. I'm actually aiming over here. I'm going to replace that with my natural 19 that I got, right? Oh, and you can't see the... My bad, guys. If you can't see the page, you should let me know. This is the school divination that I was looking at. Sorry. So school divination, this is the portent ability. And then expert divination. So casting divination spells comes so easily to you that it expends only a fraction of your spell casting efforts. When you cast a divination spell of second level or higher using a spell slot, you gain 1 expended spell slot. The spell you gain must be of a level lower than the spell you cast and can't be higher than 5th level. So that's kind of nice too, because you're not getting a lot of higher level spells as a paladin. You'll get more lower ones, obviously. But if you use divination spells, which you would be, right, the augury, commune, and all that stuff, it'd be really nice to get some extra spell slots back. So maybe I'll do another poll. And again, if there's another multi-class that you guys are thinking of, let me know. But I'll put this in multi-class. One of them is going to be School of Divination. Whoops, that's not how you spell divination. And then the other one's going to be Clockwork Sorcerer. Make Sorkadin or the Divine Soul. Perfect. So we'll put that up and we'll look at that. Other options might be, let's see, Fighter. Does a fighter have any good things? Might be interesting to make like an Eldritch Knight or an Echo Knight. An Echo Knight Oath of Judgment character, which would be kind of nice too, because you can use the Echo Knight to do the attack of opportunities, which as long as they're in your aura or it affected by your channel divinity, they can do the extra... I believe they can use the extra... attacks or the opportunity attacks. I might be wrong in that, but that's something you can use. Let's see, another one might be good. Let's do Barbarian, maybe. People like Barbarian Paladins. So let's look at that. Oh, is it going? Let's see. Does anybody have the Zealot, maybe? Because that's something very divine. So while you're raging, your first creature you hit... He's going to take a drink here. First creature you hit on each of your turns with your weapon attack takes extra damage equal to 1d6 half your barbarian level. Extra damage is radiant or necrotic. Soul is marked for endless battle. If a spell such as Raise Dead has a soul effect of restoring you to life but not undeath, the caster doesn't need material components to cast a spell on you. Makes sense. You're like made of dreams here, right? Jeff Akins, hey, welcome to the chat. We're talking about multi-classing for this character, which is a Oath of Judgment Minority Report police officer kind of vibe. who's half divine, made from the wishes and the will of the people, or prayers of the people. It's kind of his race. And then number 6, fanatic focuses the divine power that fuels your rage can protect you. And if you fail a saving throw while you're raging, you can re-roll it, and you must use the new roll. You can use this ability once per rage. So another saving throw. You guys kind of get the theme of this, right? The future, the futureness, the oracleness, the the divinationness of it. I think it's pretty cool. Okay, so I'll pull down the poll now. Let's see what you got. Okay, so Clockwork Sorcerer is 66%. That actually surprises me. I thought for sure we were going to go divination, but I guess not. Okay, so let's get back to the Divine Soul Sorcerer and see what we can come up with here. Okay, so again, we got the first one, which is when a creature you can see within 60 feet of you rolls a d20. You can basically not allow them to have advantage or disadvantage. And then you can have a ward to protect yourself and other creatures. And then at 14th, you gain the ability to align your consciousness to the endless calculations of Mechanus. As a bonus action, you can enter the state for 1 minute. For the duration, attack rolls against you can't benefit from advantage, and whenever you make an attack roll ability check or saving throw, you can treat a roll of a 9 or lower on a d20 as a d10. Once you use this bonus action, you can't use it again until you finish a long rest, unless you spend 5 sorcery points to do it again. The last one, so you summon a spirits of order to expunge disorder around you. As an action, you summon the spirits in a 30-foot cube originating from you. The spirits look like Modrons or other constructs of your choice. Spirits are intangible and invulnerable. The spirits restore up to 100 hit points divided among you, as many of your creatures of your choice in the cube. Any damaged objects entirely in the cube are repaired instantly, and every spell of 6th level or lower ends on creatures and objects of your choice within the cube. Then you can spend sorcery points to use it again. So here's another poll that I'm going to do. Do we want mostly a paladin or mostly a sorcerer? Because with the sorcerer at the 14th level, like that would be mostly sorcerer, we get this sweet ability. And then for this one, if we get mostly, let's see, the Oath of Judgment. So let's say 15th, we get the anticipated counterattack, which you can make opportunity attacks when a creature comes within range, and then you can basically do that until it attacks you. So every time it attacks, you can have an attack of opportunity on them. So, sorcerer or paladin. We'll do that. Sweet. Then Jeff Aikens, how's your day? Hey, well, the day's good. Today's been busy. We were driving up and down the highway, seeing my my wife's parents. We are making a table. We are building a table. I am not proficient in carpentry tools or wood carving tools. Neither of them, but we decided that we would build our own table, and it's actually pretty nice. It's like a 12-person table. It's going to be our D&D table. But her dad had a ton of extra wood for our wedding that we had used for tables then, like outside tables, that we decided to just use a bunch of the lumber and make a table really nice. It's going to be made entirely out of half logs, which we're super excited about. But it's taken us freaking forever because we're both so busy. We got married back in October of last year, and we've been building it since. So if that gives you any idea, then that's what it is. Any idea at all? Okay. So then we go back to the character. We're gonna add the sorcerer down here. Okay, last chance to put in your votes about the sorcerer, guys. And we're going to take it up here to the sorcerer's origin and make it clockwork. Okay. So it looks like 100% we're going to be doing the sorcerer. It looks okay. It looks like some of you didn't really care either way, but hey, sorcerer it is, right? So I appreciate you being involved with the polls. Let's see. So we're going to change this to level 14 then to grab that extra one. And then we're going to be going all the way to the rest, level 6, with our Paladin, which I believe that gives us up to... Oh, no, we might be without Prophetic Aura. So within 10 feet of you and your allies have advantage on opportunity attacks. Do we want that? I guess it's either protection or keeping your people from running away from you. So yeah, it's kind of a trade-off there. But in this way, the higher level of the sorcerer, we get a lot of more spells too. So, okay. So let's see. We're this police officer, oath of judgment, definitely athletics, definitely insight or intimidation. Let's go insight. Fighting style. Ooh, I didn't even think about this. Probably great weapon fighting, or we could do... Oh, we could do protection, since we're already getting that vibe as well, right? Protection. So, creature that you can see attacks a target other than you that's within 5 feet of you. You can use your reaction to impose a disadvantage on the attack roll. And then ability score improvement or a feat that we'll get to in a second. But we got extra attack, which is... We need that. We need that. And then we have the aura of protection. Oh, we did get it. Aura of protection? Hold on. Hold on. There might be a little bit of a typo here. Okay, so this, yeah, seventh level. It might have been my bad. I didn't put it in right. But this character's going to have it. So this character's going to have it. Okay. So that's so weird that it was 7th level here and then 6th level there. Huh. Okay. Okay, so then we have ability score improvements here. Oh, we didn't even do this. Look, for lack of time, we're just going to do standard array. Of course, we're going to need some strength. Of course, we're going to need some charisma, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, wisdom. Intelligence and wisdom, I could see definitely high intelligence, just because, again, this is a person who is receiving things in their mind and acting on those things, interpreting those things of crimes to come. So, and then let's do wisdom at 8, maybe, because they have a lack of memory and know-how from their transition to being a Faithborn. Constitution we'll need, and dexterity is just going to be kind of a dump there. But we do get an extra 2 somewhere. Where should we put it? Actually, we're going to do a 1x1, and we're going to do a wisdom, and we're going to... No. Sorry, not wisdom. We're going to do strength, and we're going to do intelligence. That way it'll bring that to 14 and 16. Perfect. Okay, if you have any ideas on feats, let me know in the comments right now or in the chat. Any feats that you guys think that this character could use. Okay, we're going to go back to class and meta magics. Okay, so some good meta magics that we'll have. So distance spell allows us to kind of get people on the run. Empowered spell would be heavy hitter. Extended spell, make it last longer. Heightened spell. Empowered spell makes you roll advantage, I think. Heightened spell is one of those. Quicken spell is as a bonus action. Seeking spell. It's a new one with Tasha's, I think. And then subtle. What does seeking spell do? Okay, so if you miss, you can re-roll to hit again. Okay, I like that one. That one's pretty. Oh, not subtle spell, seeking spell. Because again, that 2 is kind of twisting the prophetic element of it. It's like, no, I didn't miss. I actually hit because I knew they were going to be there. And then twinned spell is also one of my favorites because you could just make 2 people be affected by the same spell as well. And then let's see, heightened spell, quicken spell, subtle spell. It's going to be between maybe a distance spell. Doesn't need to be subtle. Doesn't need to transmute. Maybe needs to quicken because they're like fighting with their sword, and then they might want to get off another spell with their bonus action. So let's do between quickened, distance, and careful. I'll do another poll. So quickened, distant, and careful. This will be the meta magic. Cool. Polls are fun, guys. Polls are fun. And then while we're doing that, I definitely want my strength to go up to a better one. We definitely want to get our strength up because we'll be hitting stuff. And then We're going to look at feats in a second, so we're going to pull this up. Feats. Okay. While we're doing that, let's look at the spells here. Okay, so let's do. Okay, so we have these 4 spells as the Paladin, but we get 5 more. So which ones do we want? And we're gonna kind of do these quickly because we're running out of time here. But heroism definitely. So immune to being frightened and gains temporary hit points equal to spellcasting modifier. Obviously need that. Divine favors, as your prayer empowers you with divine radiance until the spell ends. Your weapon attacks deal an extra 1d4 radiant damage on a hit. I don't think you really need that as a paladin, but maybe. Definitely have Thunder Sprite, Wrathful Smite. We'll get the smites here. We'll get the smites. Shield of Faith. Shimmering Field surrounds a creature of your choice. Yeah, we are doing the protection kind of element. Yeah, let's do that. Detect magic, detect evil and good. Cure wounds. Compelled duel. We have the lay of hands. Compelled duel maybe would be good. Would just be a fun element to do. Command and ceremony. Command would be as well. Okay, well, let's take the quicken down because it looks like that one. And let's do a second pull, which is command. Oh, oops. Between command and compelled to duel. And let's do... What was the other one I was looking at? Maybe Shield of Faith. Okay, so we'll let that go. And then as far as the spells go in the Sorcerer, let's look at some 6 cantrips. Booming Blade, that also will help us with opportunity attacks. So maybe we'll do a Booming Blade. We need something ranged. Maybe a Firebolt would be really, really good. Maybe Green Flame Braid, but I think that kind of competes with your Smite. Infestation, Light, Lightning Lure. Ooh, Lightning Lure would be good. Try to get people closer to you so you can hit them. Make sure they don't run away. Ooh, Mind Sliver. That's pretty good. Mind Sliver as far as getting them, imbuing the prophecies into their mind so that they themselves are overwhelmed by the prophecies that you're grown used to. Would be kind of fun. Message. We need message. It's kind of like your police scanner or your police intercom, whatever it's called. There's a lot. We get a lot of cantrips as a sorcerer. I forget. It's been so long since I've done that. Sword Burst would be actually really nice. So maybe we'll learn that. Thunderclap. I like the Sword Burst just as the flavor a little bit better. A Stone Fist is a homebrew of mine. Basically turns your fist into a stone and you can punch people with it. We have Frost, Prismatic Bolt, another homebrew. Prestidigitation, Poison Spray. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Uh-oh, we got a tie, guys. We got a tie as far as the spell goes. Somebody needs to break the tie. As we go on to our first level spells. Actually, no. Let's go to 7th. I always like to work down to kind of get some good flavor stuff that are higher levels, and then you don't need to pick up the lower level spells that kind of fit the same bill. Power Word Pain. that would definitely be some justice. That might be fun. So maybe we'll put that in and remove it later if we find something better. Finger of Death, Etherealness, Dream. Oh, Etherealness would be good just because of our Faithborn element, right? Where we kind of go in and out of that dream state or that secondary plane of fate. So I'm going to put that in. Draconic Transformation, Delay. Okay, then Crown of Stars. Okay, none of those other ones are speaking to me. If you see a spell that you want to see, it's kind of hard to make a pull with all of these, but if you see a spell you're like, ooh, we need that one, let me know, I'll put it in. Let's see, True Seeing. Ooh, True Seeing would also be really good, right? Seeing the crimes before they happen or when they're trying to hide it. Tasha's Otherworldly Guise. Sunbeam. Oh, what does this one do? Ooh, this one might be... No. Spectral Wings. You have a +2 bonus to AC. All weapon attacks are magical. You can use your spellcasting ability modifier, which you don't really need. Oh, what was I thinking making this guy intelligence? He needs to be charisma, right? Because all the spells are charisma based. What was I thinking? We're going to change that in a second. You ignore this benefit if you already have a feature like extra attack that lets you attack more than once. Okay, so we don't need that one. Mental Prison. I like that. I like the flavor of that since you're a police officer. We're going to put a little prison on you. Mass Suggestion, Investiture of Wind. Maybe Mass Suggestion would be good as well. Okay. Global Invulnerability, Fizzbands, Eye Bite, Disintegrate, Circle of Death, Chain Lightning, Arcane Gate. Okay, going down to 5th. Okay, Wall of Stone, Wall of Light. That's another homebrew. Teleportation Circle, Telekinesis, Synaptic Static, Skill, Empowerment, Seeming. That's more of like a... I could see it, but it's maybe to me it's a little bit more like what a spy would do instead of a justice person. A Hold Monster would also be very, very good. Far Step, also very good. We love that one. A Hold Monster paralyzes them in place, and Far Step, basically bonus action teleport every turn. Then we got Control Winds, Cone of Cold, Cloud Kill, Blank, another Homebrew, and then Animated Objects. Okay, I'm going to go to... We're about halfway, which is good. We're making good, I think, a good spread of levels here. And as we're going down, we're going to get more options, but here we go. Watery Spear, Wall of Fire, Vitrolic Sphere, Summon Blood Elemental, Storm Sphere, Stone Skin, Stone Sphere, Spirit of Death. A lot of these are homebrews. Sickening Radiance, Psychic Lance, maybe that would be a good one. Okay, so if the name is in range, you don't need to see him to do that, so that one might be good. Polymorph, Ice Storm, Greater Invisibility, Gate Seal, Dominate Beast, Dimension Door. Dimension Door is always good to have, either get to or from a crime scene very, very fast. Confusion, Charm Monster, Blood Puppet, Blight, Banishment, Whirlwall. I think we learn Banishment at higher levels of a Paladin, but I think we missed that, right? So we get that at Banishment 13. Yeah, so we don't get Banishment here, so we might as well grab Banishment here. So that'll be good. Okay, so now we go on to level 3 spells. Okay, so we got a 50-50 between just going back to, so Command and Compelled Duel. Shield of Faith is a 0, so we might as well just take that off then, and I'll be the deciding vote here. So if Shield of Faith is off, and we're gonna do Command, because you can kind of do Command and Compelled Duel at the same time. All your Command needs to do is fight, right? You can just command them to fight, and then that's basically a Compelled Duel in and of itself. So we're gonna do Command. Okay, so going back down here, Water Walk, Water Breathing, Wall of Water, Tongues, Tidal Wave, Thunder Step, Stinking Cloud, Slow. Ooh, Slow would be good. Alter the flow of time, or slow down them enough for you to capture them. Resist Magic, another homebrew. Protection from Energy, Meteors. Protection from Energy might be good. It's just you, right? Just you and the willing creature. We'll look at it for now. And then Meteors, Major Image, Lightning Bolt, Intellect, Fortress, Insight, Greed, Hypnotic. Oh, Insight, Greed might be interesting. Because you almost incite them into making a crime before they even commit it, right? But no, we won't take that one. Hypnotic Pattern, it's just really good spell, right? But I don't think it fits the vibe here. But Haste definitely does. And Haste on a Paladin is always a good idea. Gaseous Form, Fly, Flame Arrows, Fireball, Fear, Erupting Earth, Enemies Abound. You make people fight each other, I think. Yeah, you make people fight each other. But we're trying to stop, we're trying to de-escalate the situation, right, guys? Where police should be doing is de-escalating a situation. Daylight, Counterspell. We're out of spells already? Okay, well, we do learn Counterspell from our Paladin, I think. No, we don't. We don't learn Counterspell? Oh, okay. Well, we're going to remove Protection from Energy because we don't need that, and we will need Counterspell. Definitely need Counterspell. Clairvoyance, we know. Catnip, Blink, Chardalon Stride. and antagonize. Okay, so we got 2 and 1. So we might need to, if we like something here, we might need to go back and change some other things. But let's see what we have. Because we have a couple low spells in the Paladin already, which is nice. Oh, did I? Oh no, I didn't even look at the second level spells of this guy. Dang it. So we might not even need some of these. Okay, well now we got to choose between Searing Smite. So this one's an extra 1d6 fire damage. This one, Wrathful Smite, is 1d6 psychic damage, which is probably more of what we're going for. So we're going to get rid of the Searing Smite. Creature can make a wisdom spell check against your DC to steal its resolve and end the spell. Wait, what? Your attack deals an extra 1d6 damage. Additionally, you target as a creature must succeed a wisdom saving throw or be frightened. Oh, we like that. We like the frightened. Although, we don't want it to run away. We just want it to be frightened of us. 2d6 thunder damage to the target. Additionally, the target is a creature. It must succeed a strength saving throw or be pushed 10 feet away and knocked prone. That's also really good, but we're going to take that off now and see if we get a better second level spell. Okay, Magic Mouth we have. Magic Weapon, protection from poison, Spell Magnet. That's a... We need Zone of Truth. Definitely Zone of Truth as a police officer. Let's see. Icarus Smite, Find Steed, Deconsecrate another homebrew. Branding Smite, maybe? Next time you hit a creature with an weapon attack before the spell ends, the weapon gleams with astral radiance as you strike. 2d6 radiant damage. Becomes visible. Yeah, we'll take that one. Yeah, we'll take that one. That's where all our low spell slots are going to go anyway, since into our smites. So we don't really need a ton of spells here, but here we go. Agonizer Scorcher, Air Bubble, Alter Self, Blindness, Deafness, Blood Lure, Blur, Cloud of Daggers. Wait, did we look at these already? No. Okay. Darkness, Dark Vision, Detect Thoughts. Ooh. Detect Thoughts might be good. Dragon's Breath, Dust Devil, Earthbind, Enhance Ability, Enlarge Reduce, Gust of Wind, Hold Person. We have Hold Monster for that. Invisibility, Kinetic Jaunt, Knock, Levitate. Knock is actually really good to get into things as well. It's like your police officer battering ram for the door. Mirror Image, Misty Step, Phantasmal Force, Pyrotechnics, Ryan's Binding Ice, Scorching Ray, See Invisibility. We have the Smite for that, I think. We can use a Smite for that. Shadow Blade, Shatter, Snellux, Snowball Storm, Spell Magnet, Spider Climb, Spray of Cards, Suggestion, Mind Whip, Vortex Warp, Warding Wind, Warp Sense, Web, and Wither and Bloom. Web would also be good to capture people as well. So there's a lot of good ones that we got, but we gotta consolidate here. So maybe if we go to 6th level and maybe take off... Yeah, let's take off Mass Suggestion and Mental Prison. Let's take those 2 off. And we need Web. Oops. And then we need, which one was the other one? Detect Thoughts, I think is what we wanted. Ooh, but also Knock. Okay, well, we don't need to detect the thoughts. We know that they're going to do it. We know what they're going to do. We're going to take Knock instead. Okay, here we go. Almost done. Level 1. Zorb Elements, Adane's Furious Fist, Burning Hands, Catapult, Chaos Bolt, Charm Person, Chromatic Orb, Color Spray, Comprehend Languages, Detect Magic, Disguise Self, Distort Value, Earth Tremor, Expeditious Retreat, False Life, Featherfall, Fog Cloud, Ice Knife, Jump, Lightning Rod, Mage Armor, Magic Missile, Mind Anchor. That's another homebrew. I've got a lot of homebrews. Maybe I should have turned that off. I thought I did see it off or turn it off. Ray of Sickness, Shield, Silent Image. Shield is a really good spell as well. Maybe we'll do something for that one. Ray of Sickness, Silent Image, Silvery Barbs. Silvery Barbs, also really good one. That would help. Okay, Sleep, Tasha's Caustic Brew, Thunderwave, and Switchbolt. Swoop would also be kind of like the dreamscape element to that, but we need Silvery Barbs as far as like the changing of fate. So we're going to look at some of the other spells that we have here, and so we can change it. Far Step or Hold Monster. Maybe we'll get rid of Far Step. Hold on. Etherealness, Power Word, Pain. Yeah, we're going to get Power. Justice will be served. We don't need to serve it now. And then we're going to get Silvery Barbs. Okay. And then obviously, with this, we're gonna continue on with the spell or the abilities here and the features. We all kind of know a feat here that we're gonna get, and it's gonna be the lucky feat. I know it's overpowered, and but I'm the DM and I can say that we can have that. So we have the lucky feat there. We're going to improve. Oh, we were gonna change the abilities over here. We're gonna change charisma. So let's make this one 13, that one 4. Oh, it was going to be the same either way. What was I thinking? That's going to, yeah. No, that checks out. That checks out. Okay. But might as well increase it a little bit with his ability score improvement. We want charisma and charisma. And then might as well kick up one more feat. And we might make this into a poll if we see some fun ones. Crusher would be good. We have... Oh, don't go that fast. Don't go that fast. And some of the newer ones, like Initiate of High Sorcery, Chromatic Dragons, I'm less familiar with those, less confident in being like, ooh, this one would be good. I know exactly what this does, right? Mage Slayer would also be very, very good. Let's see. Metamagic Adept would be good. If anyone kind of comes out to you guys, let me know. Let's see. We got Savage Attacker, Sentinel. Oh yeah, why not Sentinel? Here, we're gonna put some things in the poll here. So Sentinel, and then the other one is Metamagic Adept. Get a few more of those juicy feats, and then a Crusher. Actually, no, it would be a Slasher, wouldn't it? If we did it depends on the. Well, we could do Crusher. It might as well just be like if we were building a giant hammer. We haven't even decided that yet. Oh, Divinely Favored. Yeah. Divinely Favored. So we get another Warlock, Cleric, or Druid spell list. But yeah, let's put that in there. Divinely Favored. Because we're divinely favored. We are divinely favored of the people who brought us into being by their wills and prayers. Let's see. Keen Mind would be good as well. Just when it comes to memory and stuff. Let's do, instead of Metamagic Adept, we'll do the Keen Mind instead. Okay. See if anything else. Mountain Combatant, Observant also really good. Shadow Touch, Sentinel, Sharpshooter, Telekinetic, Telepathic, Tough. Okay, Warcaster. Okay, so the other one the Observant would be also really good, and so we're gonna do that instead of Crusher because I don't think really needs a lot of extra elements there when it comes to hitting people real hard. Okay, so go ahead and fill that out. We're gonna go into the descriptions. What should it be called? Is there names for? I didn't see names for the Faithborn, did I? So yeah, so names. Some races you get options of different kinds of names that you can be, but don't think that we'll have that here. So we're gonna give them a temporary name of. Oh, you know the kind of things that I like to do, guys, is I like to do this where it's maybe I'll pull it over here. Oh, is that not gonna let me? Oh, maybe it's not gonna let me. There we go. Okay, so we're going to be doing... Yeah. Wish in different languages. So let's do wish. And we really like these. Ooh, so Dacier, and I'm sorry if I pronounce any of these bad, but dream or wish or something like that would be really, really cool. Salhater, Dacier. I like that. Spanish for wish, Dacier. Let's do that. Dacier. Oops, there you are. And then let's do police. Police maybe in different languages. I don't know. No, let's do law in different languages. Laki, lege, love, leg. Laki? Desier Laki? Yeah, we could do that. That'll be a good name. And then the background will be pretty straightforward. There's bound to be a knight, noble, marine, plaintiff, sage. Where's like a guard? What am I missing, guys? There's a criminal. Definitely not that. Gate warden, I guess. Yeah, we get persuasion and survival. Wait, did we not get any other? Yeah, we got a couple proficiencies. Pathetic insight, and then gate warden gives us persuasion and survival. No, we don't want that. You know what? We're gonna cheat it. We're gonna do a custom background, and what we want. We're not gonna worry about languages. We're gonna do 2 skills. Yeah, we'll do that. And what we really want is history, intimidation, investigation. Probably investigation or perception. So let's do those 2. And then, yeah, I think that would be the best. And then might as well pick up a random one. I guess at this point it really doesn't matter, does it? I think it'd be land vehicles. Have a little police car. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. And then extra language of we didn't even his original race. I assume was human. Really. We didn't really talk about any of that either, but we got to wrap it up here, guys. So we're going to do Elvish. Right? Or is there any like Fate or Artesian? Marian? I don't know what half of these are. Ooh, Primordial. Duh. We got to do Primordial because it's kind of like a Primordial Fate soup. That language would make sense. Okay, equipment. Let's do a martial weapon and shield. We talked about briefly just giving them a big old... hammer, warhammer, yeah. And then might as well pick up some simple weapons. We got some spells, so we don't need some javelins, but it might be good to keep a dagger close to us. And then we need an explorer's pack because we're not exactly a priest. We are a police officer, not really holy in that essence. In that sense, we're just holy as being someone related to holy things. And then we'll just pick up an emblem because that's the emblem of the police. Or law enforcement area. Okay. All right, guys. Well, I think that covers it. Oh yeah, the feat. What was I thinking? We had a poll coming up. We had a 50-50 between observant and divinely favored. Let's do, if I'm being the deciding factor, we're going to be doing, is that the one? No, this is the one. What? Oh, we're going to be doing observant. Perfect. There we go, guys. Okay, so what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to go in and add a picture and add some different elements to this, but I think that covers it, right? I appreciate you all kind of staying into the end. Appreciate you all helping out in the polls, and creating this character was really, really fun. I might end up having this as like an NPC or something in my one-shots, or with a level 20 sorcerer paladin, or in my long-term campaign. If you are one that watches that, you'll see it on there. Again, Exalted Vales, you can get the Kickstarter in the link below in the description, which you can go and support them and thank them for sponsoring today's live stream. So we appreciate all their work, and excited to see what's to come. So again, you'll see this linked in the description if you want to check it out or copy it over to your D&D Beyond. But as far as that goes, guys, just go out there and make your worlds a better place for me. All right. Take care.